Hey YouTube, I hope you're all having a good day. Wanted to start this video by jumping back into the kind of Treasure Island beach project we were working on, that beach landscape. Uh, really wasn't happy the way the material looked the last time. I've kind of done a little bit of work with getting a better material. Probably still needs a little touching up, but yeah, I wanted to revisit that and see if we can get some more progress. But let's, with that being said, jump into the build. So you'll see off the bat, we do have a bit of a different landscape from the last where we kind of left it at. I really wasn't happy with the way it was looking and started over by just kind of putting uh, the water down first, and then I kind of built the like a maybe a beach trail going up. I might expand this a little bit more, different directions, but then I'm thinking kind of like right up here there'll be like a stone castle skull kind of rock cave type of thing. But yeah, so the material, as you can see, I've got a few bits of it down here, but let me jump in here real quick and show this off a bit better. So I think if I remember correctly, yep, so we'll start off by the first material is kind of what's really currently all over the island here. This one right here is kind of a, probably just call that a coral stone embedded in sand. Need to maybe go back and change up the placement here, make it a little bit more random. That does look too uh, just fake with how that layout of the that you can almost see the pattern there. Then if we take a look at some of these other materials that I went ahead and added, you'll see that there's a kind of a darker color there, a little bit of a lighter color, and then finally a much lighter color. Oops. So this one is like darker sand with ripples in it, and I'm thinking about using this around the perimeter to really break things up a little bit with how, you know, kind of the sand that's currently in the water that waves are continuously hit, and go back and forth. That would be sort of breaking up the outer edges there. And then this one here is kind of the next. It's still rippled sand, you could call it that, but not as dark. So perhaps dark to lighter to like this would just be the normal sand here. Or who knows? Maybe I might change this up and make this the kind of the main color. We'll see. And this is rippled sand again, but this time this one is extremely light, almost kind of like it's been weathered a lot. So I thought maybe put that on top of the dunes, kind of sand mountains there, and as the sun's been hitting it, it's turned it gray over time. But yeah, so I think I'm going to start by coloring this in a little bit better. And we'll come back to this and we'll cover that up. Let's just wipe that all the way down to there. Great. Next, let's take this darker one. Let's drop this brush size all the way, a little, probably about there. We'll come and zoom in here and maybe make it a little bit smaller. Drop the strength down a tad. Then I think what we'll do is we'll just kind of start off with something like that. And actually we can, for the base, actually really like that. And then we'll come over here and do the same thing. And we'll just carry this all the way around. And that's not really like a shoreline as you would maybe expect to see a transition, but color that in just like that. So that's great. I like that. Next, I think we'll jump over here to this one and see what this looks like. the smaller brush size. And then let's just kind of we'll take that all the way around, about there. Just like that. Great, I like that. We'll continue it over here a little bit more. Great. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, we'll probably just tool straight. All right, I like that. Probably need to come back and touch all that up, but play from here. That looks fine right there, and then we can walk over and you'll see, yeah, that looks really good. Great, perfect. So next, I think we'll come over here and touch these up a little bit. I do want to, yeah, well, actually I don't mind that. Discolor this, as you can see, with kind of like the whitish grayer sand on the top, and then we've got the base down there, but that looks great. And then this whole platform back here is that darker colored, this one right here. So I like that too. And we're probably going to put rocks around the edges, so you really won't see this steep kind of drop off as much. It'll just be more of a kind of a structured platform with not just sand material. But yeah, that looks good. So next, I think I want to look at the foliage, and I did go into the bridge and searched just kind of coral and various coral types. And you'll see I've added like this coral stone here, some from this coral pack here, this Thai beach coral, another beach coral there, some starfishes. I thought that was kind of neat. And if we jump from the landscape tool down to the foliage tool, you'll see we have a few already listed here. And I think right off the bat, what I do want to do is make sure the densities look right. So you can control like the overall brush options here with the size and the density of the brush. But if we jump down and let's say we just select the starfish, we can come in here to the painting section and we can really control the density here. So if you see the density is at 100 there, well, that's a lot. So I think with this one, let's drop this down to like 50. That looks good there. Then let's come in here to the beach, a little closer up. Maybe we'll drop this down a little bit. And put a little bit more paint on there, somewhere around there. We can expand this a little bit, actually. Why is that not painting, I wonder? Layer. Oh, that's because I'm on erase. That's why. So we'll need to come back over here and put that, make sure you're on paint. And then let's start off by, yeah, we'll hit the bottom just like that. Come over here and continue that on down. I'm gonna place that around the edge there. I think what I'll do is I'll just alignment right around the edge. That looks pretty good. Yep, so we'll do just like that. Yep. So once you download these, of course, you probably won't have anything in here, but you will need to just add a foliage there, or you can come down here to the content drawer, find it from your list, grab it. You can just kind of pop it up there. You do have to highlight them all and make sure, if you want to just, if you, let's say you added like 10 or 20 of them in here, you do have to hit that little check mark for each to turn it on or turn it off. So you can kind of control out of this, call it a foliage material as you're applying it, which ones are being activated, which is good. Great. Let's play from here. Yeah, that looks really good. I like that a lot. See if we can find starfish. Not seeing any. Interesting. There's one. Couple right there. This could probably be a little bit bigger, actually. But yeah, that looks really good. I like that a lot. I think we'll come back later and we'll add some plants in there. But for now, I want to break this up by putting some pieces down. So let's jump over here to the bridge. And we'll just come back to home and let's do rocks. We'll just add a few of these rocks in here. Actually, let's start large. Okay, we got a couple large ones there, so add these guys. And of course, we can get a smaller rock and make it larger, I know, but I think these will all be kind of the size we want first. I think ideally you want to start large and work yourself down to medium and small. Okay, so let's maybe start with the shoreline here. Put a couple random ones in. That's the material. We'll play from here and see what these look like. Okay. Go back there. Okay. Probably need a few more, I think. Let's add beach boulder. I like that. Another beach boulder in gray there. We'll add that. These are interesting. Add that. I think we'll just get a lot of random stuff at will here and add in. So at least we can play around with a bunch. Yeah, it should be good. We'll get started with that. We'll come back, add some more. As you can see by default, these are a lot smaller, these meshes here. That's good. Okay. All right. I think maybe to start, I'll move this down here. I think we'll lay this down. So that's good all around those edges there, which is nice. Let's kind of turn that maybe. And then I like that. And then we'll expand this one out a little bit. Gotta be careful because that one doesn't have a base to that. So we could, actually I don't hate that, but let's drop that down a little bit. Something just like that right there. That looks good. We'll continue this a little bit. That's okay. And then it because you can really get you could probably get at least a few different ideas out of just one rock here. Okay, that looks good like that, I think. Let's see what we have over here. Because we don't have a bottom there to that mesh, so we'll put that on the ground like that. Let's increase the size up a little bit. And we'll just sink that a little bit out here. I think rule of thumb, you kind of start big with a few different ideas scattered around, and then you could probably duplicate that 3 or 4 times, and for each axis, you could kind of manipulate it a little bit. Like that, maybe. Okay. That's interesting. Yeah, I like that. Thing to do. I like this one. We'll duplicate that. Combine this with something down here. So let's Okay. That looks pretty good. Yeah, I think we'll definitely need to perhaps put some more in the middle here, like to break up this area. Like if we did something with this guy. Hmm. So yeah, I think this probably will need a little bit more work, but I really like the way this is looking right now. I think we'll need to break it up with a few more rock placements all the way down. But yeah, I think on the next video, I'll look to have a little bit more rocks placed here, and then we can definitely jump into putting some foliage down. Um, Rocks take quite a bit of time, I know, but um, the good thing is once you get them all placed, it'll definitely make this start looking like an actual landscape, and then we can perhaps jump into after the rocks. We can obviously put the foliage with maybe some sea plants down on the rocks and kind of around the actual shoreline, and then we'll jump into kind of make maybe kind of changing up this back area here. So we'll kind of tackle the beach and then sort of the sand dune beach mountains, and then hopefully that cave that we're looking to make over here, we'll look to kind of do that next, or kind of after we finish this up. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and look forward to the next one. Thank you.